Someone once said to me that the only people who come out at night are criminals or cops. And for the most part, I would agree. Except sometimes it's criminals and cops. The stranger behind me with a flashlight in their hand. Voices on the front porch step. The sirens in the front lawn. These are memories that I will never be able to get out of my head. This is my story. Hey guys, Nikki here. So today I'm going to be talking about trauma and something that I'm currently facing right now, which is hard to put on the internet because I don't like that stuff, but here we go. I deal with a lot of trauma. I don't want to call it PTSD because I've not been diagnosed or anything, but I get like flashbacks and bad memories and I get really anxious because a few years ago I had at my old home quite a few break-in attempts, like all at once kind of, and it was like several different occurrences of people just showing up, you know, and like late at night and flashlights shining through the window. And like one morning I left, actually it was 4th of July. It was 1 year ago yesterday when I am filming this. 1 year ago yesterday when I am filming this. So July 4th, no, I'm sorry, 2 years ago. 2 years ago yesterday. July 4th, 2019. I was leaving my house at 4 in the morning for like not a triathlon run, but it was like a 4K or something like that. And I like go, you know, I leave the house, I lock the door, I turn around, and there is a man standing behind me with a flashlight. And like, that's the last thing that you expect at 4 in the morning. So yeah, it terrified me. It definitely terrified me. And then there were more events following that. There was a white van that showed up in our driveway when I was home alone. And the people went into the back porch, and at the time we had painters painting our house, so I thought it was them, but they left like 5 minutes afterward. So I was like, wait, who is this? And I asked the painters, I confirmed with them that wasn't them, and they said they were out of town and they don't have anyone working for them. It's just them two. So yeah, looking back, I was able to piece together that it was people who were trying to get they were trying to get a feel for like how the house is laid out, because they were planning to break in. And I mean, luckily I don't think they ever did break in successfully, but I've seen several times like flashlights through the front window and not fun stuff. And so the reason why was because that house needed maintenance. It was like kind of an older house, and we got a new roof because we needed it, and we painted the house because we needed it. And it looked like the house got sold and there were new people, or like we had just like, I don't know, won the lottery or something, and people just assumed that we had money and figured there was something worth breaking into the house for. And so there were all of these experiences where people didn't know that I was home alone, or my parents were asleep, or, you know, not like normal hours or whatever, that I dealt with this. And so I just moved into a new house, and all I can think about is how, like, I know that people recognize patterns, and that's what happened to us, by the way, at home. They had recognized our patterns. They knew that my parents were asleep by 10. They knew it was like lights out by 10, and I heard them talking like on the doorstep. Like I knew that they were there, and they knew that we were asleep, except they just didn't know that I was right by the front door just by happen, you know what I mean? And so I understand that people recognize patterns, and when somebody wants to break into your house, I don't know that I want to say always, because I don't know if that's the truth, but at least some of the time it's very well thought out and very well planned, and they map out every little detail of the house, and they get to know when you come home, when you leave for work, when you go to sleep, when you take a shower, because people are habitual creatures, and so people know that, and when they want to break into a house, sometimes they get to know all those patterns. And the house that I live in now was an office for the builders that we bought this house from. And I know that for a very long time, anyone who really paid attention was able to see that there was a white car in the driveway that got there at maybe 9 o'clock in the morning and left at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, They recognized the patterns, didn't park in the garage, things like that. And now things are different. So that white car doesn't show up at 9 o'clock in the morning and leave at 5 o'clock anymore, but there are different cars. There are different cars that come and go and pull into the driveway and then, into the garage. And there are different cars. And you can see, by the way, who's home by looking into the windows of our garage, which is another thing that terrifies me. Definitely have to put some shutters up on that, because I don't want anybody knowing who's home or looking in or anything. And so the bigger picture is that I've been with the understanding of how some house break-ins or house break-in plans work. I've been really paranoid because, like I said, I know it's really easy to recognize that patterns aren't the same here anymore, which means that somebody moved in. And, for the time being, we don't have cameras installed. We have cameras, they're just not installed. We just moved in, we've been super busy. And so that's been keeping me awake at night, is what is going on out there in the hours that I'm not here, or the hours that I'm not awake. How do I know that there's nobody here? How do I know that there's not somebody who's watching our every move? How do I know that somebody is not trying to get to know our patterns? And I think I'm pretty unpredictable. Actually, both of us are. Me and my fiance are both kind of unpredictable. Because you really don't know when we're coming home or when we're leaving, because we don't know when we're coming home or leaving. We both work from home, and sometimes he'll go to his parents, or I'll go to his parents sometimes even, and we don't know necessarily when we're coming back. We don't really know any of it. So I guess it's kind of a plus, but I still get scared, and it might be unreasonable. I have to keep that back porch light on because I get really scared not being able to see out there. And then there's another back porch. You guys can't see it from here. Oh yeah, you kind of can. All the way back there.
Yeah, you see it?
That I like to keep on because it helps me feel in control of what is back there, and more specifically who is or is not back there, hopefully. And yeah, that's my story of how I'm really paranoid being at home. I get very scared. I don't know what all this means, but it was on my mind tonight, and so I figured that I would make a video about it and upload it to YouTube. Yeah, so that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my traumas. Just kidding. But be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because it means a lot to me.